Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? So, here on Tuesdays, as I always do, and we're in a time of year where it's all about busyness and doing for others and shopping and activities and enjoying the holidays. And it's about nourishing yourself. So, I want to just break down a little bit about the idea of nourishment because I talk about this a bit. Hello, Elizabeth. Thanks for tuning in. So, what nourishes you? Hello, Leanna. What is nourishment to you? When I was learning about natural health and healing and drawing from ancient wisdom from other cultures or people who had studied those, then they came up with this, or I found this definition of nutrition and nourishment that I want to share with you because it really stuck out with me. And that is that when you break down the word nutrition, then it comes, the root of the word is nut or nux, and that comes from the Latin language. And that means the beginning point of life or the seed. When you think of like a nut, like a nut of a fruit, the beginning point of life or light. And so the nutrition is a process of light, a process of bringing that beginning point of light into your body. And so when I heard that or read that, then it just really stuck out for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. So when you think about that, what brings light or life force into you? Hey, Axel, thanks for tuning in. What brings you life force? What brings you greater life and light? It's, when you look at it, that you see there's so many different things in life, in our experience, that will bring life force to us or deplete it. And especially this time of year with all of the extra things and activities and shopping and food that we do, then are you overall depleting yourself or bringing more life force, light, life force energy into your body? So I wanted just to share a couple of things of what that looks like for me. So when we think of nutrition, then obviously the first thing would be food, yeah, of what we put in our mouth, the type of food we eat, whether it's real food made by the earth or from a manufacturing plant that's loaded with chemicals and fake colors, fake colorings, fake flavors, and a lot of toxic things that will destroy the cellular function. Hey, Laura. So you can look at the types of foods you eat. How is that nourishing you? How is that bringing greater light or life force energy into your body? How does that allow your cells to function better? Another thing is looking at what do you enjoy doing? Like creative pursuits that really lights you up, that gets you really focused and interested in whatever that thing or activity is doing or is, so that when you look up and you notice, oh wow, there's 3 hours that have passed and I didn't even realize that the time has flown by. It's like, are you really involved in something, hey Todd, that you enjoy doing, that lights you up? How does that nourish you, bring greater life force into your body, greater light and energy? So type below some of the things that you do, and what are your favorite things that brings greater nutrition or life force energy into you? Another thing that's known to do that is getting out in nature. We always can receive a lot of calming, nourishing, the negative ions when we're going barefoot on the ground, of how that really helps balance our energy system, bringing greater life force energy into us, greater nutrition. So get out in some nature today. Get out in the sun. Feel the breeze on your face if there's not snow around or if the weather's conducive for that. I always enjoy going outside and doing a run out in nature. It's always very invigorating. Moving your body. What kind of liquids do you bring into your body? What kind of things do you drink? That's another way of bringing life force energy and nutrition into your body. Looking at the quality, if it's like pure water, if it's distilled, if it's tap water, which is like horrendous, if it has a lot of chemicals, drug residues, fluoride, which calcifies your pineal gland and makes you dumb, docile, and diseased, I call it. Or do you have like fresh juices, herbal teas, pure water? What do you do for your liquids? How do they nourish you? You know, just things for thought. Another thing is your relationships. What kind of relationships do you have? Are they life affirming? Do they boost you up or do they deplete you? You know, this is a time of year when relationships are all up into focus. And so when you're interacting with people, what kind of conversations are you having? Does it bring up a lot of old baggage from the past that was never resolved? How does that deplete you? Or do you have conversations and interactions with people where you're excited to be with them and the conversations to stimulate all kinds of creative ideas? That's bringing light, life force energy into you. So my invitation to you this week is just to really look at what are some of the things that you do on a regular basis that nourishes you in ways that you may not really think of much, in ways beyond just the quality of food that you eat. How does that nourish you and bring you greater life, light force energy? And if there's something that you're recognizing that is depleting you, take a note of it. What can you do to shift that, or work it some way so that it's not so depleting? And if you've exhausted possibilities, and maybe it's just time to cut that thing or that person out of your life. As hard as that may be sometimes to do, but we all know that there comes a moment when some people just have to be left behind because they're no longer serving your highest good. So those are some thoughts for you. Love to hear what some of the things are that you do, that you enjoy doing, that feeds you, that nourishes you, brings greater life force energy into your body, into your cells, that sustains you. And how much of it are you doing on a regular basis? Do you need to make some changes? So if you like that, this kind of conversation, I have a lot more of it in my study groups. It's all about helping release you from sugar cravings. Because when we are not nourishing ourselves, when we're depleting ourselves, then it's too easy to go down the route or the road of succumbing to unhealthy things like sugar and chemicals in comfort foods that destroy the cellular function of your body. So if you want if you want more of this conversations and more interactions with me about that, and you'd like to be part of my study groups, drop a 1 below in the comments, and I will make sure that you are invited to join us. All right. So thanks for tuning in. Love to hear your comments about what things that you do that feeds you and nourishes you beyond food. So with that, enjoy your week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.